Hey everyone, Shabby here and welcome back to another episode of SWE Universe Mode. We are back with some more Throwdown. And we are going to have a great show for you tonight, actually. Got some cracking matches, including Zack Sabre Jr. one-on-one against one half of the Tag Team Champions, Kyle O'Reilly. So we are going to start things off this evening then with Triple H taking on Owen Hart. And with the introduction of Shawn Michaels into the roster, it looks like we've got a bit of a reformation here at the Click. And here we go. Interesting match, this one. A bit of a classic old school match. And a real good opportunity to get two people that have not done fantastically well so far in Season 2 of the Universe Mode. But a great chance to build up some ranking. Oh my god, it's actually working. Actually working. I think because it's not a stable, it seems to be working. There we go. Triple H is there with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Shawn Michaels. The Click have reformed once again here on Throwdown. And of course, with the introduction of 8-man tag matches on WWE 2K18, the more big stables we have, I think the better. And can you imagine these four guys teaming together at some point on 2K18? As long, of course, as the 8-man tag match actually works, then having these four guys together as a 4-man and 8-man tag match would be great. But of course, it's Triple H here this evening who does get the opportunity to pick up some ranking points. Now, we have had a couple of dark matches this evening, and one of those dark matches did include the Outsiders taking on the Primetime Players. And of course, they were victorious in that, so a few ranking points there for them. And we've also seen The Miz defeat Randy Orton one-on-one in a dark match as well. So of course, tonight we've got Owen Hart versus Triple H. As I said, we've also got the Ascension taking on the Natural Disasters up next. We've got the Great Khali taking on the Big Show. Zack Sabre Jr. takes on Kyle O'Reilly, and then our main event is going to be the Brothers of Destruction facing off against each other. The Undertaker takes on Kane, and the winner will be entrant number 3 into the Elimination Chamber at Shabby Mania. That's the way we like to do it. I do have a beer as well, so things are going to go smoothly, hopefully. You can't beat a good recording beer. That's always the best way. Triple H has got a very long entrance, hasn't he? And I wonder what sort of impact the likes of Nash, Hall and Shawn Michaels might have at ringside. So, of course, I think we could have had 3 managers for... Oh, we could have done. No. You can only load 6 people, can't you? So we could have had maybe 1 manager for Owen Hart, is all it allows us to have. I think so, anyway. And of course, here comes Owen Hart. The man was taken away from us far too early. Could have had an incredible career. He did have an incredible career, in fairness, but it could have been even better if he'd been given the opportunity. And that's what we want to do here in Throwdown. We've given an opportunity once or twice to try and earn himself a place in the Upper Mid-Card Championship picture, but it's never really gone his way. So this is a good chance for him to get some ranking points over Triple H, show what he can do, and who knows, we don't have a #1 contender so far for United States Championship. There is a match in place in a couple of weeks' time, actually, but if one of these two guys were to impress us, then maybe they would be involved. I think, yeah. Walks that way. Oh, the Elimination Chamber qualifier. I'm just looking at the Chamber qualifiers. Next week, we've got Luke Harper versus Zack Sabre Jr. The week after that, we've got Shawn Michaels versus Austin Aries. And then our final one is CM Punk versus Bret Hart. So we're basically picking the people that are high up in the rankings and giving them the chance to earn their position inside the Elimination Chamber, of course, face it off again. Is that too many people? No, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 people, yeah. I give people the opportunity to join, of course, Roman Reigns and the winner of last week's 30-man Rumble we had here on Throwdown, of course, Andre the Giant. Surprised me that did last week, actually. Wasn't the person I was expecting to end up in the chamber, but there you go. Things happen. We do know that Andre, of course, has been confirmed already for 2K18, so it's not a major problem. I'm glad to see we've actually got some names for 2K18 now. That's the main thing. Because I was getting a little bit annoyed because we're getting closer and closer. We're about 2 months away from the game now. And I was getting a bit annoyed at the fact we hadn't had any sort of information. So now we are getting these names. We should have the full roster by end of, maybe beginning of September. Well, it's the first week this week. They said they're going to be back for the next few weeks. I'm assuming that they said there were roughly 200 people on the roster. So it was 47 on the first. So potentially another 3 weeks worth of names. That'd be pretty good. I just really want to see some more names. I know we're getting Akira Tozawa's fantastic. First time he's been on the game. Got all the members of Sanity, which is fantastic as well. We know we're probably going to get Cedric Alexander and Noam Dar and Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick and TJ Perkins and maybe even the likes of Grand Metalik and Tajiri and Lindsay Dorado. Haven't appeared as much, really, have they? But for me, it's more the NXT guys and the British guys. I think it's clear to see the majority of 205 Live, if not all of them, are going to be on the game. But yeah, for me, it's the NXT guys I'm interested. What sort of level they go down to. The likes of Oney Lorcan's one for me that I would be interested to see whether he makes it or not. But I want to stop talking. I'm going to have to try and stop talking about it because literally I talk about it every single episode at the moment. I want to try and stop and... Did Triple H just use a steel chair on Owen Hart? Did the referee not see that? So I was just checking on my screen to make sure my microphone was working. And I looked back and Triple H had a chair in his hand and Owen Hart had was on the floor. Did that just happen? Did one of the outsiders distract the referee while Triple H used the steel chair? Owen Hart kicking out. Not a lot of life behind that kick out though early on. Triple H went for the kick in the back of Owen, but Owen avoids it. Now gets in the back of Hunter. Dropping him in the atomic drop. Owen now up on the middle rope. Waiting for Hunter to get back up to his feet. Double axe handle taking him down. Triple H sent Owen into the corner. Sorry. Big sip of beer there when I probably should have done. I think Hunter's going to struggle to lose this one at the moment, to tell the truth. It looks like the addition to the rest of the clique at ringside is really going to be a massive advantage for him. Big super backdrop there by Triple H. Doing some damage to his own back as well, though. You see him just pull away in pain there. Another pin. The referee is so slow to get down. He's really out of position. Only a 2 count. Triple H now reverse suplex on Owen Hart. And Triple H really taking control of Owen Hart. Ooh. Okay, what I've just spotted is going to be no use to you guys at all, but apparently there's a... Yeah. Oh, there he is, yeah. That's pretty obvious, that one, isn't it? Yeah, I just seen a photograph. I'm recording this on Friday night to get it all done and ready to be uploaded on Sunday. There's a picture of Adam Cole in an airport with several members of NXT, the crew, all wearing their NXT uniforms. There's Johnny Gargano as well with him. All ready for their flight out to New York. It's a little bit obvious. A little bit obvious. Owen Hart now with the arm breaker, sending Triple H first face into the ground. First face? Face first. And now Owen taking Triple H up, looking for a pile driver. Wow. Maybe Owen could pull this off, you know. But there we go. Scott Hall up on the top rope, distracting. Has Scott Hall got the toothpick in his mouth? I can't tell. He might have, you know. But Triple H turning it around. I don't think he has, no. Triple H turning it around now. That little bit of distraction by Scott Hall is enough. There's the spine buster by Triple H. Oh, but Owen Hart fighting back. Not quite sure how he's fighting back straight after the signature maneuver there by Triple H. Oh, and Owen looking for a sharpshooter. Now rolls Triple H over. Referee. Really? He's looking the complete opposite direction, the referee. Is this enough? Will Triple H tap out, or can he break free from the sharpshooter? He's not far away from the ropes, but he is able to use that superior leg strength to unhook himself. And there's the pedigree by Triple H on Owen Hart, and surely that is game, set, match. 2. And no, Owen's kicked out. Okay. Triple H shouting right in the face of the referee. He's stunned. Absolutely stunned that Owen Hart's been able to kick out. I'm stunned myself, really, to be honest with you. Elbow drop in the back there by Triple H. Grappling thin air, as they like to do now. Owen playing possum, tripping Triple H over. Triple H fighting Owen Hart off and dropping an elbow straight across the chest. What was that by Triple H? What was that? What even was that? I thought this match would be really good, you know. It's not been bad, don't get me wrong, but it's not been... I was expecting something out there. I was expecting something really, really cool, but it's not really been that so far. Owen taking a rest in the corner. It's missing a spark, this match, at the moment. Owen bringing Triple H back up to his feet. Into a backbreaker. The backbreaker is interesting because it's not been enough to get him rid of the victory, but I feel like it could weaken his back potentially for a sharpshooter. Elbow drop straight in the heart of Owen Hart there by Triple H, and then he goes for that dodgy running double. I don't know why they keep going for that. Triple H dropping a boot right in the back of the arm of Owen Hart. Owen with the pin. 1, 2. So it'll take a bit more than that, Owen Hart. You're going to have to drop another pile driver or potentially lock in another sharpshooter with the damage done with the backbreaker. Potentially it could happen. Big elbow in the head by Triple H. And Owen Hart does take Triple H up into the pile driver and drops him. But again, Scott Hall up on the apron. Scott Hall distracting the referee now by taking the top turnbuckle pad off, and that little bit of a distraction allowed Triple H to take control of the match again. Hunter brings Owen Hart back up to his feet into the spine buster. There's the pin. Could that be enough? 1, 2. No, again. Owen Hart kicks out. What is freaking up with Owen Hart here? His resilience is incredible. Drop kick by Owen Hart right in the face of Triple H, and I think Triple H could be in trouble here with Owen Hart, who drags him away from the ropes. Is he going to go for a sharpshooter once again? No, a big kick right in the gut though. Owen just staring down at the ground at Triple H. You think he should be actually getting more involved and doing something here, but taking control of the situation. If he locks in a sharpshooter now, he might have an opportunity, but this is another issue with the AI, really. Just has no plan what to do, so just stands there staring. Owen now hooks the legs once again. Right, remember we do have rope breaks switched off on the game because it just got a bit too annoying with the rope breaks, but can Triple H break free from this? Or no, he's going to tap out, and then we go Owen Hart picks up the victory. I was not expecting that, you know. I was not expecting Owen Hart to pick up this victory. With the rest of the click at ringside, I expected Triple H to be able to pull through on this one, and Owen has really done a good number here. It really has done a good number. Got an interesting match set up as well for the pay-per-view. Just not 100% yet. It's penciled in because we need to figure out what's going to happen the rest of the month first. But it's a really good match. And it will involve the Click. In a 6-man tag, since we know it actually works a little bit here and there. We'll give it another try. It worked okay at Dead Man's Boot, so we'll give it another try, see how we get on. But yeah, I'm surprised that Triple H did lose here. I thought that with the assistance at ringside from the rest of the Clique, and we saw on several occasions Scott Hall distracting Owen Hart and the referee and so forth, allowing Triple H to get some advantage back, but never really worked out for him, did it? And Owen Hart is laughing here. Great victory for him. Going to get him some ranking points as well. And you never know, he might just force his way into that championship picture. The United States Championship picture, that is. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be the Ascension taking on the Natural Disasters in a tag team match, I believe. Yes. Is that amazing how quick the loading screens are when all the people are on the game? Unfortunately, oh no, we did have one more where everyone's on the game. That's, of course, our main event this evening. Undertaker versus Kane. Looking forward to that one. Can't be a good Taker versus Kane, can you? Where are they? There they are. Creeping into sight. Cheeky little buggers. I like the Ascension. I always have done. And I always will do. And I would like to see them do well. But things don't always happen the way we want them to happen. Especially not in this game, because this game is absolutely insane. So we'll see how we get on, I suppose. Can't do too badly. I don't think we've actually seen the Natural Disaster on TV at all so far in Season 2. So I felt like it was a good chance to give them an opportunity here, because I felt sorry. When I realised I hadn't given an opportunity, I thought I really need to give them some chance. And yeah, against the Ascension again, always hashtag give the Ascension a chance. Hopefully, somebody can impress me today. That's what I'm looking for. And here they come, Earthquake and Typhoon. Isn't it odd, you know, how with Jack Gallagher, does he actually, he's fully contracted by WWE, isn't he? Because he seems to get on and work a lot of other stuff. He's working Progress Wrestling. I know he does like the UK show, the UK Championship and that, but he's actually wrestling normal Progress shows as well, which would be interesting. Very interesting. So here they are, Earthquake and Typhoon. I feel a bit bad for not using these guys as often as I probably should have done. They're not a bad tag team by any stretch of the imagination. They're actually quite an effective tag team, to be honest. And a tag team that we could seriously see some more from in season number 3 of this Universe mode. Here you go, this will be Victor to start things off against Typhoon. Which one of these two teams is going to get those all-important ranking points? Of course, we are building towards the end of this Universe mode now. Not long left. We will be finishing things off early October. Of course, ready for the release of WWE 2K18. But it's no point in these guys giving up now, because all the ranking points will move from this Universe mode straight into 2K18. So if somebody's doing really well, he'll take those ranking points into the new game with them. If somebody's not doing very well, then there's no point in just giving up and saying, I tell you what, we're going to just give up from this for now, and we're just going to concentrate on having a good run next time. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You're going to have to try and turn things around eventually. And we'll figure something out eventually. We might have some local jobbers knocking around. It's probably what we should do, really. Just have some dodgy little jobbers that we can use to put people over. Because I feel like that might be a clever thing to do on 2K18. Just to have a few jobber matches Because even though it doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things, it does work well with the ranking points, but it also builds up momentum, and momentum has always been the key on how this game works. It doesn't matter what your skill is, if your momentum's quite high, then you can generally do quite well. And I don't know, these two teams, I don't know who's probably the highest momentum out of these two, really. Both teams had their ups and downs. I feel like the Ascension are a potential tag team for Carnage next year. I'd like to see that, actually. I think they'd suit Carnage quite nicely. Boot in the back there by Earthquake on Connor. And a big elbow drop to the back of Connor as well. And Natural Disasters in control of this one. Earthquake dropping a boot right on the back of the head of Connor. Now ducks down to his side and raining the right hands right in the face. Oh, Earthquake going to just stand on the gut of Connor. Wow. But Earthquake's still not finished and just demolishing Connor here. Earthquake. Connor's getting no offense whatsoever. Pinned by Earthquake. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. We need to find some more Natural Disasters to add to the stable, don't we? What else is there? Oh my god. We could bring back the Hurricane. Oh my word, that'd be amazing. Oh, I've got to do that. I've got to bring back the Hurricane and make this a trio. Earthquake, Typhoon and the Hurricane. Oh my god, that's amazing. I am such an amazing booker. I know you're thinking that's a terrible idea, but how cool is the idea though? Is there anyone else we could have? Like Landslide or the Texas Tornado. Yep, there we go, there's a 4th. The Texas Tornado, the Hurricane, Earthquake and Typhoon. Oh, it's just all coming together now. It's all coming together. As Typhoon completely misses Connor, I think. Or did he get him? I don't know. Typhoon dragging Connor over to the Natural Disasters corner. What's he got planned? Ooh, big boot in the face there by Connor on Typhoon, but Typhoon fighting back. Big headbutt to the centre of the spine. Now Typhoon brings Connor back up to his feet into the corner. Typhoon quite insistent in getting Connor into his corner. What does he have planned? Oh wow, I don't understand how Earthquake just jumped over the top rope there, but there you go. Double elbows. Earthquake signaling for the end. What does he have planned? Taking Connor up and drops him in the atomic drop. Earthquake again. Taking Connor up into a backbreaker. And Earthquake has been very dominant in this match, you know. I'm tempted, you know, to if they do really well in this one, I'm tempted to give another opportunity, maybe a few weeks later on. And if they pull off another win there, I'd be tempted to give them an opportunity at the championships, you know. Earthquake dropping his body weight across the back of Connor. And Earthquake now just screaming at the grounded Connor. And I think he's doing a lot better than what I thought they were going to do, to be fair. The Natural Disasters, they're dominating this match from start to finish at the moment. Elbow drop there by Earthquake right in the heart of Connor. And here we go. Earthquake signals for it. Dropping the body weight right in the chest of Connor. 1, 2. Typhoon takes out Victor. And the Natural Disasters are victorious. And that was quite a dominant performance, actually. I was very impressed by that. Very impressed. And I feel like I need to give Natural Disasters another chance to prove themselves against somebody else. Who could they prove themselves against? That's the question. What we got? Neidhart and Bulldog in a couple of weeks' time. There we go. Natural Disasters versus Neidhart and Bulldog. If the Disasters win there as well, I'd be interested on potentially giving them a tag team championship match at the pay-per-view. I know you're thinking that's crazy, but based on this performance here, I can't say no, really, because we haven't seen a dominant tag team performance like this at all in the Universe mode, really. And yeah, I know the Ascension are probably not the best team in the world, but that's why you got to give these guys another chance to show what they can do. We bring back the Texas Tornado, and we bring back the Hurricane. And we bring back somebody else who's weather related. I don't know who else there could be. I'm sure there's someone else I'm missing. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be the Great Khali versus the Big Show in the Battle of the Giants. And here we go. This should be an interesting one, this again. The Battle of the Giants is not going to be a Matt Classic, don't get me wrong, but it's a chance again for two guys to get themselves a little bit of ranking points. See how it's all going to work. Of course, the Singh brothers are joining the Great Khali here at ringside. As you'd expect, really. And the Singh brothers are someone that I don't believe will be on 2K18. Maybe as a maybe as DLC potentially, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't feel like I don't think they're going to be, are they? I think they debuted a little bit too late, in fairness. And I think that's pretty good. And the fact they haven't actually wrestled yet as well. Yeah, they've not wrestled yet. They've I don't know why they haven't wrestled yet, to be honest. Because they're capable wrestlers. I know they're great at doing what they're doing, but they're a bit better than just being managers. They could wrestle. They could get involved. They could do a six-man tag match with Jinder or this, that, and the other. I know the Great Khali, it looks like his appearance in the Punjabi prison match was a one-off. As he rocks his good old Randy Orton entrance there, Jinder Mahal. I wish that they need more trios entrances, really, because they've got like 4 or 5, that's it. And they're all quite specific. Well, it's the Big Show. Yeah, it's a big bad show tonight, yeah. Have you seen how skinny the Big Show is on 2K18? Oh my god. He's incredibly skinny. Maybe we could have some sort of... I feel like in 2K18 we're going to do a lot more tournaments. And they could be really random ass tournaments as well. I wonder if there's some sort of tournament of giants. Like the only way to get in the tournament is to be 7 foot plus. So what's that? Big Show, Andre the Giant, Kane and the Undertaker, are they 7 foot plus? Big Cass is 7 foot tall. This right here, this is Big Cass and he's 7 foot tall and you can't teach that. Who else is 7 foot tall? I don't know. Is there many 7 foot plus wrestlers? Let's have a look. Great Khali, obviously. 7 foot wrestlers. 7 foot tall wrestlers, okay. Where's the best thing to go on? 14 tallest wrestlers ever step in a WWE ring. Okay. Kevin Nash, 6'9". Ernie Ladd, 6'9". One Man Gang, 6'9". Giant Baba, 6'10", which is massive for an Oriental fella. Big John Studd, 6'10". The Undertaker, 6'10". Kurrigan, 6'11". Uncle Elmer, 7 foot. Was he one of the hillbillies? He was, yeah. The Big Show, 7 foot. Kane is 7 foot. So Kane's actually taller than The Undertaker. The Great Khali, 7'1". Andre the Giant, 7'4". Wow. Giant Gonzalez, 7'6". And Silo Sam. Who the hell is Silo Sam? He ever... Well, he never appeared in WWE. He was part of WCCW and CWA in the mid to 80s. But he looks a bit like one of the Hillbillies again. But he was 7'8". Wow. That is pretty insane, that is. So there's actually not that many tall wrestlers knocking around then, is there? There's Big Show using the top rope there to choke slam. The Great Khali drops into the pin. 1, 2. I need a 2 count. Let's check another one of these then. The Big Show, 7 foot tall. Who's next? Andre the Giant, 7 foot tall. Okay. It's getting different now. He was billed as 7'4", but he was actually 7 foot tall. Okay. The Great Khali, 7'1". He was billed at 7'3", but he's actually 7'1". Ron Royce, 7'2", also known as the Mummy. Or the Yeti, sorry. Okay, he was 7'2", he was. If you've not seen the Yeti, it was just comical, that was. That was a WCW thing, that was. Giant Silver, 72. Oh, this was part of that dodgy stable, wasn't it? Basketball player, the Brazilian Silver moved to pro wrestling in 1997. Enjoyed a 2-year stint in WWE as part of the Oddity stable, before continuing his career in New Japan Pro Wrestling and ultimately going to apply his trade in mixed martial arts. He is billed at 7'3", although he's officially measured at 7'2". Raja Lion. No idea who he is. Brazil is Pakistani. No surprise there. He wasn't truly a wrestler. Made very few record matches. He's literally just there because he was big. Heights. Well, he was billed at 7'2", but estimates, he was never officially measured, but estimates was 7'2" to 7'6". Kurt Zehe. German Kurt Zehe was 8. He was claimed, it was billed at 8'4", but he was actually 7'2". My God. Yeah, Silo Sam again, that was the same. As Big Show throttles the Great Khali and takes him up for the choke slam. There we go. Oh, but the Singh brothers here distracted the referee, not allowing Big Show to go for the pin. Next up, there's Paul Bunyan at number 2. Billed as 8'2". So he was never, again, he was never officially measured. He was billed at 8'2". One source claims that in 19 years of age he was 8'6". A more realistic number often pops up as 7'7", which is still freakishly tall in the grand scheme of things. Wow, and the tallest person, Giant Gonzalez, 7'7" and a quarter inch. Yeah, he was actually officially measured. He was billed as 7'10" or even 8 foot. On some occasions, but his real height was 7 foot and 7 inches. At his peak height, records suggest that Gonzalez grew at least another quarter of an inch, just enough to edge the aforementioned Palmer off the top spot. Aside from gaining fame of his size, Gonzalez was arguably best known for becoming number 3 in The Undertaker's list at WrestleMania 9. His wrestling ability hardly set the world alight though, and to be honest, the less said about the attire the better. The attire was pretty dodgy. Giant Gonzalez will forever be immortalized as the tallest ever pro wrestler. Wow, okay then. Well, there you go then. Potentially we could have some sort of tall man tournament then. You never know. The great Khali. Maybe we might have to cap it off a little bit shorter there, maybe. Maybe 6'10". That allows the Undertaker and Kane and everyone. Well, Kane's 7 foot anyway. But the Undertaker's not classed as that tall. So Big Show could have won this match on a couple of occasions already, really, but the Singh brothers really distracting the referee and distracting the Big Show as well. Not allowing it to come to fruition. Pin again by the Big Show. 1, 2. Now I do have written down somewhere which Singh is which. Is it on this piece of paper? No, that's a receipt. I've lost my piece of paper. I had a piece of paper because, as you may have noticed, I've been a bit clever here. I've given one guy black armbands and elbow pads, and I gave the other guy white, and then I wrote down which one was which, and I can't remember which one is which anymore. Pin again by the Big Show. 1, 2, and again it's only enough for a 2 count. Again, the great Khali kicking out. So who's the best wrestler on that tall list? Probably is the Big Show, that's in fairness. Or possibly Kane. Kane's classed as 7 foot tall. He's probably the best wrestler. I think the Big Show or Kane probably the best too. The rest were all big and clunky in the ring. They didn't really do much, did they? As Big Show once again now signaling for the end. Throttles the great Khali. Takes him up into another huge chokeslam. The second of the match. 1, 2... And this time the Singhs are unable to affect the result, and the Big Show does pick up the victory over the great Khali. Of course, Big Show has been doing really well as part of the Giants tag team, but with Andre the Giant winning the Royal Rumble last week, I don't feel like we can continue to push them as a tag team anymore. Andre is going to be busy at Shabby Mania in the Elimination Chamber, which means Big Show is really on his own at the moment. And it's not proving him too bad at the moment. A victory straight away in his first singles match in Season 2. I love that. This old school Big Show, the moveset was so good, wasn't it? Compared to current day, the moveset was just a lot better. I've got four episodes of NXT to watch. Is that right? No. Is it 3 episodes of NXT? No. I've got 2 episodes of NXT to watch, and then I'm ready for TakeOver. Which of course is not going to affect you guys because TakeOver's already happened. Let's forget I said that then. That's me rewinding. Sounded terrible, didn't it? I apologise. Well, it's the Big Show. It's a big bad show tonight, yeah. And here is our next match of the evening. Probably the one you've all been waiting for, as Zack Sabre Jr. takes on Kyle O'Reilly. And here we go then, the match that we've all been waiting for. Let's not say nothing about it. We're all waiting for this big match, aren't we, really? Oh, Southpaw Regional Wrestling's coming back. That's amazing news. Well, TJ Perkins is doing well. See, if it wasn't for Southpaw Wrestling, right? I don't know if anyone else has picked up on this. If it wasn't for Southpaw Wrestling, I don't think that Breezango ever would have got their Fashion Files run, really. Because that's really almost like a spin-off of that, isn't it, really? Labour Bates was backstage at TNA's tapings this weekend. She's a very attractive lady. Who's her? Oh, she's won the the backstage announcers for NXT. Zack Sabre Jr. It's such a shame. I know it is and it isn't, right? It's a shame that he didn't sign with WWE because then he'd be on WWE 2K18. But it's also not a shame because whereas we're getting him having fantastic matches over in New Japan, instead we would have had him. We would have had him as part of 205 Live and being buried, basically. So here they are, Red Dragon. Of course, both members now in NXT. And that will be my... would have already been my my topic for Shabby Talk that should have been uploaded yesterday. About the Ring of Honor NXT Invasions. Definitely go back and check that if you've not seen it. It wasn't a very long video in all fairness, but they never really are. It's just a sort of conversation starter I have with you guys. I bring up a topic and I basically want your opinions on that topic and have basically a wrestling chat. Good old wrestle chat. This is going to be a great match though. Both hard hitters, both technical wrestlers, both submission wrestlers as well. And this is the match we all want to see. I'm sure it's happened quite a lot now over the indie scene. The likes of Evolve and so forth have definitely done this sort of match. I wonder with Candice LeRae's time in the Mae Young Classic. I mean, I have read the results of the Mae Young Classic, so I do know the final already. But I wonder with the reaction that Candice LeRae got. She's probably one of the most over ladies that were there, of course, maybe barring Kairi Hoya, maybe. But she really did get over a lot, and it makes you wonder whether they might decide to bring her in full time. I can't see why not. She is genuinely an incredible wrestler and a very likable person as well. When's Mae Young Classic on? It's got to be pretty soon, isn't it? Wasn't it it was end of August, wasn't it? Mae Young Classic. It's being uploaded on... So when it's going to be on TV? Well, the TV final is going to be the 12th of September 2017. When is it actually going to be on TV then? I can't believe Nixon Newell got taken out, didn't she? Deonna Purrazzo was on the alternative list, as was Lady Tapper as well. Alundra Blaze doing backstage interviews. Okay. Doesn't say when it's going to be on TV though. So you look at some of the matches, especially in the bottom half. I'm not going to tell you what the matches are because I know some of you guys have probably stayed away from the results, but you look at the bottom half of the tournament and there is some crackers on there. There really is some crackers. 2 in a row. Oh my word. There's some amazing, amazing matches on there. Let's have a look at dates. I'm sure it's soon, isn't it? As Zack Sabre Jr. locks in the armbar here on Kyle O'Reilly. The final will air live on the 12th of September in Las Vegas. So it's got to be next couple of weeks then, really. The bracketology is going to be after SummerSlam on Sunday, the 20th of August. So they're going to do what they did before and just, oh, another armbar by Zack. It could be enough, you know. They're going to do what they did before then, just have, well, they're going to do not what they did before, and they're just going to throw everyone down in one go. Have everyone on, have all the shows uploaded at once rather than upload them separately. So you can just basically blitz through the whole thing. That'd be pretty cool. I sort of like, if they did that with the Cruiserweight Classic, that would have been pretty good, actually. Big right hand there by Kyle O'Reilly. His arm must have some damage to it. Locked in the armbar twice there. Kyle might be looking for a count-out victory then, but decided that Zack was moving around too much on the outside. Kyle locking in a chicken wing submission. Of course, nothing is going to count on the outside. And Kyle using that chicken wing to drop in a Russian leg sweep. And of course, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, have been our tag team champions for the entirety of Season 2. They've held them belts for a very long time. Defended them on a few occasions, but nobody yet good enough to take the belts away from them. Granted, at the previous pay-per-view, they won the match by count-out, which was very dodgy, wasn't it, really? And we were going to give Andre the Giant and the Big Show another match, but with Andre winning that Royal Rumble last week, sort of takes away from it a little bit. See Bobby Fish there just trying to get in the head of Kyle O'Reilly, just trying to give him a little word of wisdom there. Let it be. And O'Reilly now catching. Zack takes him up into a brainbuster. And O'Reilly trying to get the crowd behind him. Probably the best idea. You want to be trying getting right in front of people, really, don't you? You're trying to finish them off as soon as you possibly can. Because Zack is not the sort of guy that is going to stay down for long. O'Reilly ducked out the way of Zack, but Zack came back with a clothesline. And there's the pin. One. Only a 1 count. Wow, okay. Zack just pinning the arm behind Kyle O'Reilly now, just bringing this arm down. This is dangerous. Back. Stamping on the arm. I was going to say backbreaker for some reason. God knows why that came out. Kyle O'Reilly, big German suplex. Bridges for the pin as well on Zack 2. Only a 2 count. Stamp on the back by Kyle on Zack. There's a pin. 1. No. Straight into the armbar. And hooking the leg as well. Not allowing Zack a lot of movement. Oh, but Zack able to break free. These two guys just born to wrestle each other, really, aren't they? And see what? I've got this sort of problem on both my brands, right? And it's not a horrible problem to have. But another armbar here by Zack on Kyle O'Reilly. My problems are I've got Red Dragon as the tag team champions of Throwdown, which is fantastic. Red Dragon, very good tag team. However, it just, for me, I would love to utilise Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly more in singles competition. As Kyle O'Reilly goes to the Regalplex, Bridges for the pin. 1, 2. Oh. Brink of free. Brink of free. And again, Kyle going for the armbar on Zack Sabre Jr. I've got the same problem over on Octane as well. With Time Splitters being the champions for the entirety of this universe mode, it means I've not been able to utilise Kushida in the way I would like to as well. So we've ended up with them holding... It's happened a lot, actually, hasn't it? I think only Adrenaline? No, not even Adrenaline. Mayhem's got the same tag team champions as they first started with. Throwdown has the same tag team champions that the staff started with. Octane have got the same tag team championships, tag team champions that it started with, yeah, Time Splitters. And the only other one then is Adrenaline, who crowned their first champions in week number 1, and again have still got the same champions. Pretty crazy, really. Zack, oh, short, sharp. Brainbuster on Kyle O'Reilly even. 1, 2... And again, it's only for a 2 count. Great match between these two, though. Big kick in the back, and Kyle just no-selling, gets straight back up, but Zack catches him into a snapmare. Drop kick right in the spine. Zack now wrenching away at that arm, and the arm has been the target of both guys here. Both trying to take the other one's arm out. Zack, another armbar. Surely one of these two guys has got to tap out eventually. They have to. The amount of damage being done to the arms. Is he going to tap? No, he's still holding on. I don't know how this is happening. And Kyle O'Reilly breaks free. I'm a bit stunned, really. See O'Reilly going for the kicks to the legs. Zack German suplex on Kyle O'Reilly, folding the man in half. Kick in the back there by Zack, and continue to assault O'Reilly, but O'Reilly's back up on his feet. O'Reilly now bringing Zack back up, but Zack fighting back uppercuts. And again, another armbar. Oh my word, this is armbar city, this is. This match is pure armbar city. And finally somebody kicks out Kyle O'Reilly. But what a match. That was a really good match, and it is the former Throwdown champion Zack Sabre Jr. who picks up the victory. He'll be wrestling next week against Luke Harper for a place inside the Elimination Chamber. What a great match between these two, actually. I sort of regret talking all that bollocks about the Mae Young Classic at the beginning, because this could have been a match that would end up on our top matches playlist. Really good action between these two. And the arm bars are just so plentiful. Plentiful arm bars. Uppercut by Zack there, like I said. And catching another arm bar. It was just arm bar after arm bar after arm bar, really. But eventually it was just one too many arm bars for Kyle O'Reilly, and he had to tap out. He had no choice. The damage to his arm was just going to become too much, and it could have risked his tag team championship run. Zack Sabre Jr. picks up a massive victory here on Throwdown. It's going to give him a few more ranking points, which is not a major problem for him ranking points at the moment. He's looking pretty good. But the one thing he needed was momentum, and moving forward towards that big match against Luke Harper next week, he now has the momentum he desires. And now it's time then for our main event of the evening, The Undertaker versus Kane, for a place in the Elimination Chamber. And here we go. So of course both these guys very high up in the rankings, which is why they've been given this opportunity. One of the two of them is going to make their way into that Elimination Chamber and fight for the Throwdown Championship. The other one is going to be probably making their last appearance in this universe mode, in fairness. For 2K17 anyway. There's not much else left for the loser of this match to do, to be fair. We do have a couple of spots left at the pay-per-view for matches, but it all depends on who's available to what sort of matches we have there. We got a really good match. I've just seen a match we got penciled in for a couple of weeks' time. Bobby Fish versus Tetsuya Naito. This is what I was saying about I really wanted to have, as much as I love having Red Dragon as a tag team, they're so good as singles competitors as well. And I want to try and utilise that more. And I think that's one of the things we might try and do, myself and PJ Toby, a bit more in 2K18, is try and use more tag teams that are good singles competitors. Like, for example, on Mayhem, PJ Toby's got the Unbreakable effing Machines. Whereas Michael Elgin and Brian Cage are fantastic individual singles wrestlers. And he's got the American Wolves as well on Mayhem. So as much as we're going to use tag teams as well, of course, the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys and Edge and Christian. So, but Edge and Christian again are singles competitors really now. Myself and PJ Toby have split them up. Of course, sort of Edge was the Octane champion. Christian then moved across to Adrenaline. Basically because I wanted Arn Anderson. That was the way that draft worked. That was the way that swap worked. I wanted Arn Anderson to create a four horseman stable of Ric Flair and the Revival. And PJ Toby wasn't too bothered about losing Arn Anderson, but He wanted Christian because, of course, Christian was... PJTW was a big fan of Retro TNA. And Christian was a big part of that era of Retro TNA. He won a main eventer, really. And he's not really used in that much, really, in that state, really. But I don't like Christian. I don't think PJTW really likes Christian that much either, to be honest with you. He's a bit of a pleb. In the nicest possible way. Now, we do have a 6-man tag match scheduled in for next week as well. We're gonna try another one, see if it works again. And that 6-man tag match is going to be the Usos teaming up with their father Rikishi, taking on the Ascension, who got battered here this evening. And alongside the Ascension is going to be this man right here, the Undertaker. So there is still a match for the Undertaker should he lose here this evening. I'm sure we can put Kane somewhere anyway. I'm sure we can. I love the way that I've got this written down. On week number 4, the Primetime Players takes on God. Because I couldn't be bothered to type Gorillas of Destiny. That's the only reason why. The Primetime Players versus God. CM Punk versus Bret Hart sounds like a great match as well. The thing is, no matter what brand I think CM Punk goes to, he's going to be fantastic in 2K18. I just wonder, you know, I wonder. Is there going to be a showcase mode for 2K18? I think they're bringing it back, and the theme is around Cena. Is it 20 years of Cena or 15 years of Cena, one of the two? It's 15 years of Cena, isn't it? Which is why we've got Batista and why we've got RVD. So it's wonder we're going to have more people. I can't see CM Punk being on the game, to be honest with you. As Kane instantly throwing the Undertaker over the top rope. But again, it'll be the same with these two guys. I could use these two guys as a tag team. But at the same time, by doing that, you sort of take away what there could be singles-wise as well. Undertaker sending Kane straight into the steel steps. As my beer's empty. That's bad times, isn't it? The match has only just begun, yet my beer is empty. First world problems, eh? As this match just continues to battle on the outside. As long as we don't get a double count out, I'll be happy. But this is an 8 count now. Kane sending Taker back in, and Kane gets back in the ring basically just on a 9. But as the damage has been done now, Kane has been quite effective in this universe mode. He had 1 or 2 big victories, I think, in triple threats and fatal 4-ways, which has really given him some cracking ranking scores. Undertaker forcing Kane away. And a big stamp on the gut as well. Undertaker with a big kick in the chest of Kane. Take a double axe handle right to the back. Kane fighting back though with the elbow. Running into a running DDT. Good little manoeuvre there Kane added to his arsenal back then. Retro Kane was amazing, wasn't he? He really was. Got to use Kane a bit better in 2K18, I think, as well, then. And the Undertaker. They've not really been used too well at all, have they? But that's my fault. It's not anything else, really. Well, then again, they've not really... Well, they have set the world on fire because... no pun intended. Because of the amount of ranking points both of them have. They're in a pretty decent position. They're in, of course, the top 12 or so the top 10 names because that's why they're involved in this match. But they've never really gone too far, have they? I would wonder as well whether Retro Kane and maybe Badass Undertaker would suit Carnage again next year. Might have to have that discussion with Mr. PJTW, see what he thinks. Just thinking the Wyatt family, Sanity, Undertaker and Kane, the Ascension. Got some good, dark, sadistic people that love to use the weapons. I think Carnage will be the home of the gimmick matches as well. Tables, ladders, chairs, extreme rules, barbed wire, light tubes, exploding time deathmatch. You know, all the good stuff. Fans bring weapons. A shuriken deathmatch. Kane again, going for the top rope. He's been trying going big high maneuvers quite often in this match, actually. Now Kane just stamping on the face of The Undertaker. What are we looking at time-wise this episode? Well, we're well over an hour already. Well, I'm over an hour anyway. I don't know if you guys are yet, because obviously when I've edited it and taken a chunk out, obviously it goes a bit shorter for you guys. Undertaker now. Big boot on Kane and follows up, of course, with the leg drop. The patented leg drop. And Kane catching the Undertaker, throttles him into the chokeslam. But Taker not really taking advantage of the situation. Kane now catching Taker. Kane, sorry, Taker really didn't take his opportunity there, did he? Undertaker now stalking Kane. Takes him up into the tombstone pile driver. Why are the main events of shows always the shortest matches? 1, 2, and no. Kane kicks out. Okay. Kane bring it. So Taker bring Kane back up to all fours. Kane now into the Russian leg sweep on Taker. Undertaker clubbing blow. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Kane now catches his brother by the neck. The Undertaker takes him up into a chokeslam of his own. He survived the Undertaker's chokeslam. Could Undertaker survive Kane's? No, he can. He freaking can. Kane, big diving elbow drop once again from the top rope. And another elbow drop as well. And our sidewalk slam. Kane harnessing the power of the urn. It's hassling the Undertaker, and as Kane got enough here to finish his brother off. Undertaker catching Kane, throttles him once again for the second chokeslam of the evening. 1, 2. Again, it's only a 2. What the bloody hell is going on between these two? The resilience between these two is incredible as Taker takes Kane up into a tombstone pile driver. Surely Kane's not kicking out again. 1, 2, and 3. And the Undertaker is joining Andre the Giant and Roman Reigns inside the Elimination Chamber. And getting 10 ranking points in the process, of course. Very important thing to mention, the 10 ranking points, of course, because that is a big thing for the... If he doesn't win the match at the pay-per-view, then, of course, those 10 ranking points could help him get another opportunity in Season 3, maybe. So, of course, like I said, next week we've got Luke Harper versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the 4th spot. Then we've got Shawn Michaels versus Austin Aries for the 5th spot. And the final spot will be between CM Punk and Bret Hart. Cracking matches here on Throwdown, then. The resilience of both these guys, though. Kane survived a chokeslam and a tombstone pile driver. And a second chokeslam. And it took a second tombstone pile driver to finish him off. The Undertaker obviously busted open from the head, as you can see. but also survived a Kane's chokeslam as well. So really, a match of incredible resilience. But there we go. That is the end of our show this evening. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do like. And of course, if you're new around here and you want to see some more, then please do hit that subscribe button as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you very, very soon. In fact, 2 days' time for our next episode of Adrenaline. Bye.